Hi.
Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right, let's start again. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
No, it's got Lagia. Oh, sorry, I'm not controlling you, am I? Sorry. Sorry. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, where do we start? Right? You've obviously seen the title of the video, and we're quite amazed by recent events that have gone on. We really are amazed. You know, we're quite shocked actually. I'm not going to say it's got serious, it's got stupid. It really has got stupid, hasn't it? Yeah? Right.
Sorry,
we're
I am
here.
really stunned because I actually do not know what to say on this.
Yeah.
But we'll get it out.
Yeah. We're quite shocked at how things have been twisted and turned and, you know, taken way out of context. Yeah. You guys know we've come out here and we've started a new life. Okay. The title. Should we admit defeat? Well, I'd like some people to really think about what they're saying and what they mean by that statement, because it's obvious to me, and maybe I don't speak for Sarah. Is it obvious to you that they don't know the full extent of
No.
why we've come out here and what we're doing?
No.
Does anybody understand the meaning? We have come out here to start a new life. That isn't a game. It's not a game. It's not a test.
No.
It's not a holiday. You know, there isn't choices. Why?
Well, there is some choices.
There isn't choices because choices of giving up, I mean.
Oh, right, not on that. But
There isn't choices of giving up because we're doing exactly the same as what we would be doing if we lived in England. Exactly the same. There are no safety nets. We haven't got people we can turn to, and we don't want to. We're self-sufficient, we're self-reliant, we're responsible adults with a lot of experience under our belts. Right, now, would you agree with that?
yeah,
Yeah.
we've
Now,
gone
would you
through
like
quite a lot.
would you
as well.
like to talk? Because to be fair,
I-
we have been through quite a torrent of abuse by certain individuals. We haven't come on here to witch hunt or name names,
No.
but those people who know who we're talking about will know, without a doubt. We haven't come on here to slate anybody. We've come on here to put the record straight, because, like I said, the torrent of abuse is just unnecessary, and it's got to the point where I have had to block certain individuals because I refuse to be mentally abused. It's as simple as that. And that mental abuse is due to ignorance, it's due to misinterpretation, and, let's face it, a lack of interest in the real reason of why we're here and what we're doing. I say it as it is. Now, am I saying the truth?
No,
is that correct?
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've tried to keep people up to date with what we're doing, but let's face it,
We have still
we
got
have
to
a
try and
private
make a
life.
life.
Yeah.
As well.
We have a private life, and we're not going to put our private lives on the internet. We are going to put our new life on the internet, no doubt about it. Now, you're probably thinking, where's this abuse come from? What's happened, you know? Now, basically, what it is, I have been accused of being, what was it? A mind-manipulating wanker, or something like that. Something I'm not even interested in because it's bullshit. Now, that has come because the belief is that it was Sarah that came up with the idea of starting a new life, but it was me that took control of the whole situation, removed Sarah from England, and basically taken her away from everybody and everything. And now this is the belief, this isn't the truth, but this is the belief that we're stuck in a situation that we can't get out of. What a load of bullshit. What a load of bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. If anybody thinks that, then, you know, you haven't been watching, you know?
Me personally, I am struggling with certain things because I'm not used to this. And I know that you're not used to it either.
That's right. We both have a challenge. Now, if these individuals realised what a fucking challenge was, they'd realise why we feel the way we do. We have suffered stressful incidents. We have argued as a couple.
Yeah.
I would like to know anybody that doesn't argue as a couple. We're a married couple. We're human. We're mature. We argue. That's nature. Right? Sometimes we don't listen to each other, sometimes we don't understand each other, but that is the nature of the beast. It's as simple as that. That does not make me a mind manipulating wanker, and I'm sorry, but I refuse to listen to such ignorance and arrogance. Okay? So we've had to do this video to let people know that, you know, we're not going to put up with that sort of shit. Okay?
And it's not helping. You know, it's not helping.
It's caused you a lot of grief, hasn't it?
It really has. And to be fair, it's kind of been a good thing that it's happened, because it's opened me up so much. I've been able to write things that are they're just spieling off all my emotions, all my
trapped emotions.
Yeah, trapped emotions.
And that's part of the problem
that I've carried. And I can't say I'm still going to carry them, because
you're changing.
I don't want to carry it anymore. And even if someone else is to not really to blame, because it's not a blame game. It's just what we create, what we bring with us through all those years, and we need to unravel it, need to get it out, whether they or me like it or not, it's got to come out.
Yeah.
So
another thing that we want to point out as well, don't get me wrong, since this incident, we've had a really good conversation about it. It's changed us, because it was good. It was therapy for both of us, hasn't it? Yeah. I tell you what, the main problem is. It's a new way
of learning each other.
I tell you what, one of the biggest problems is, and we both identified this at the same time. We have never, in 17 years, been able to sit down and fathom out problems for ourselves. For everybody else, no problem. We've dealt with that many fucking incidents. It's unreal, And you guys know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about, and I'm not naming names.
No.
But you know it's true, okay? Now that puts us on the shelf. Each individual, we have our own individual problems. We have our own health problems. We have our own, mental anguish sometimes, But as a couple, we should have had that 17 years to unravel these problems as we went along. And to be fair, we never had the chance.
We never had to, and it's not
never
even
had the option.
Even though we have these grievances, it's still not their fault why they happened and whatnot.
It was as simple as this. It was the situation we were in. That's all. We're not blaming anybody.
No.
But we're not putting up with this abuse.
I would say I've blamed myself for far too long in a lot of things, when I don't have to blame myself for it.
Like you said, there's no blame game.
No.
We don't blame anything apart from the situation.
But I've spent a lot of... This is actually giving me, coming out here is giving me the time to work things out, even over a few days. And then when things happen, I'm all of a sudden I'm able to try and deal with it as best I can, and I'm changing because I want to be me.
And does that take an understanding partner
yes,
to be able to give you that ability
yes, it does.
to do?
And even over the years, it still needs an understanding partner, even if I fall, dip, get depressed,
And we've both identified the fact that when somebody goes through situations like this, the partner can't always help.
No.
right? They can't always be there for the other person because that's just nature. That's how it works. Sometimes you have to fuck off on your own and work it out yourself, yeah? And as much as you kick, scream, shout, swear, F and blind, the other person can't do fuck all for you. I've been there. You've been there, haven't you?
A lot.
A lot. And there's nothing we can do about that. That's not a blame game. So why the abuse towards me? I'm not having it. It's not having. It's not
just
working.
because I might be suffering and they care for me, you know, I don't see why they would want to say such things.
Well, we're very disappointed because Sarah opened up to one individual that she thought she can trust. Yeah, and
well,
it got spun.
You know, I really hoped that this particular person was changing,
More mature than
more
what
mature,
it turned out to
more
be.
understanding. Which, in turn, when I'm receiving the messages, very understanding.
But then to go behind your back and cause what happened is no.
I'm not saying that the others shouldn't know about it, because I think that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But to lose the temper, to say such horrible things, but then.
Well, to be told, why don't you admit defeat? I really want to understand what that means, because it isn't a game. This is life. And if we admit defeat to what? We give up what? When we end up with what? What is there? There's nothing. We have no safety net. You know, this is what life is. Whether we live here, or England, or Scunthorpe, or Doncaster, or Grimsby, or Hull, there is no admit defeat. Now, for these certain individuals, I'll say it as it is, they've been able to admit defeat on a number of occasions. They've wiped their life out. They've sold everything and moved. Yeah? This one individual I'm talking about. And they had the ability to reset everything because everybody else helped them.
What they don't realise.
What they don't realise is when you get to our age and our level, you don't get that. It isn't there.
Even we don't have a safety net.
Hang on a minute. We don't want it.
No,
that's the whole point.
We don't want it because we want to make the change. We want to do things for ourselves.
The only safety net that we have out here is the place that we identified immediately to make sure that we were safe, to make sure that we were fed and had a safe place to be, a roof over our head, etc. We've done that bit. But we don't want to live like that.
No,
okay?
we don't. Because it has its clauses as well, doesn't it? Everywhere you go, you know, it's got some clauses. Clauses as in saying that it's not got the home comforts that we're used to.
Terms and conditions, like everything else in life, let's be fair. Now, if these individuals realise stuff like that, you know, certain situations have terms and conditions. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to say it. You're immature. You're immature. We have double the age on you, okay? We have far more life experiences than you've ever seen.
We wanted.
And you think you know the answers for us? Really? You're only looking from your side of the story because of what you could get if you was in our situation. You're not even contemplating what situation we're in. We've tried to upload videos, we've tried to talk to these individuals on video. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. The interest isn't there. No. So what more can we do? We can't do any more, and we're not going to do. We are not going to do. If me and Sarah have an argument, we're not coming on YouTube to tell everybody if it's nothing to do with them. We're not fucking stupid, we're human. Do we argue?
Very often.
I was just going to say, do we argue
very
often?
Very rare that we really argue. It's most of the time it's because I've got an I don't know, what would you call it?
Stress head on.
Yeah.
You got a stress head on.
And because things are not as they seem, and I'm, I'll start questioning myself.
That's human nature.
Yeah, I start questioning the situation and making the situation worse, but not telling him it or anything. I'm just keeping it within myself, and I'm building it up and building it up.
And how can a human being help another human being if they're not being told what the problem is?
And sometimes we just haven't had the time to ever ever
Unless this has been decades, hasn't it?
talk.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This has been years and years, 17 years, to be fair. We've been self-employed in various business. We've had 7 children between us. We've had so much going on in our lives. It's only now when we've broke away from all that, okay, and said, right, okay, now's the time. All the children left home, all the children sorting their own lives out, their choice, okay. We're not going to stop them.
No.
We are not, what was the word? Mindless, mind controlling wankers. Yeah? You can call us what the fuck you like. At the end of the day, no. Think what you like, but it's not true. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, anybody deals with their issues the way they want to do. Okay? And inevitably, sometimes it gets beyond a fucking joke. I've been there, I've done it. I'll put my hands up because I'm human and I'm honest, yeah? I can blame other people when it's not other people at fault. It's me. It's me. If I have a problem and I haven't dealt with it the right way, that's my problem. That's my problem, yeah? But I don't go around slating other people. I don't go pointing fingers. I try and deal with the problem in a humane way. And do you know what? You guys, I don't know whether you thought you was going to break us, but it didn't work. Do you know what it's done? Go on.
It's broke me. It broke me to...
I'm talking about us as a couple.
Oh, us, yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was actually going to say it did actually break me to break through.
Yeah. It broke Sarah. It was like how can we explain it? It's like a pie crust that she couldn't break over. And what you did, you broke that pie crust and allowed her to literally explode with her emotions.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing that ever happened. So in that respect,
it took a few days for us to
in that respect, you're probably not going to be like this, but I'm going to thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I actually do thank you for doing that, because it's needed to be done in order for me to move forward.
The only issue I've got is I don't think you'll understand what we mean by that, but
No.
we do.
No.
And you've actually been part of Sarah's healing, because that's all it comes down to. And since this has happened, this is what I was getting to, is how has it made us together?
So much stronger.
It has made us realise
so much
100%
stronger.
why we're out here. Because now it's happening. Now it's happening. Now we're identifying the real reason of why we came out here, to heal ourselves.
Yeah. And that's
Not
what
individuals. Yes, individuals, but as a couple as well. We're married.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's going to stay.
And that's how it should have been.
Yeah. I've always said, if anybody has still got a copy of my wedding vows to Sarah, read them. Yeah? I always said, I'll walk at the side of you, not in front or not behind. And I meant that. How can a manipulating, mind-controlling wanker do that? That doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if ever I'm in front, I'll tell you why. Yeah? And this is another thing that's been twisted out of control. Okay? Sarah's idea of coming away and moving somewhere was her choice. That's correct. You are right. But did any of you really know that she was going to do all this on her own? For me to catch up with her later? Or did you forget about me? Yeah? She wasn't escaping me at all. She was escaping the situation she's never been able to deal with while living in the place we were at. Now, I'm not going to go into details because you individuals that know what we're talking about don't need telling. You know. You know. And I'm not going to spell it out in public and, witch hunt. I'm not doing that.
No.
But you know. Okay? So at the bottom line, thank you for what you've done. I don't appreciate it, but I thank you because this has made us move on far more than what we expected. Something a bit... I've just had a
it's quite, in my mind, it's quite sad.
It's very sad.
Because
it's very sad.
We wanted them to continue having an involvement, but there's no need for demands.
Whatever makes them think that they know what's best for us, I don't really know. I don't know, because they've had very little experience of life in general anyway. No, they're far too young to even understand most things in life. But in some respects, are too scared to move on in life, and I do understand that in a way.
And
One thing you
we've
guys have
actually-
got to remember, and this is directed at the individuals that I'm talking about, one thing you guys have got to remember, you are a different generation. We respect you for that. We would never control your lives, so please don't try controlling ours. Please don't try thinking you understand us, because you don't. You don't, and you never will do. We're your older generation, okay? You can understand us to what we will tell you, what we will put on video, but other than that, you'll never understand us.
No.
Like, we didn't understand our parents, yeah? We love them, don't get me wrong. We love them, but we never understand their ways. We was talking about this
Because
before.
life just seems to get harder and harder as well, doesn't it?
I made this realisation when I was fucking 17. I realised that my parents were the different generation, didn't understand me and I didn't understand them. I didn't cause the shit and the heartache that other people have caused others, the disrespect. I didn't do that. I left home and I didn't go back for 2 years. I left at 17. For that very reason. So I didn't bring disrepute on anyone. I didn't slate them. I didn't like the way they were, but that was their choice. You got a lot to learn, guys, you really have. But at the end of the day, that's your choice. What we've come on video for is to let everybody know that there are no problems, no major problems with our situation, other than anything that would happen even if we were in England. Normal situation that can sometimes get a little bit stressed, yeah? We are here dealing with it. You have no need to worry. Not at all.
You know, we only deal with it if we talk about it, and I didn't talk about it.
But we're getting the chance to now, aren't we?
Yeah.
And that's what's made us realise.
You know, we've started talking, but we talk anyway, but we never really had the time to talk, so I was so stuck in that way where I keep it all to myself and just carry on because I'm so stuck. I don't want to.
You've never really learned how to deal with it, have
No,
you?
not really. And then
and to try and help somebody to deal with a situation like that is not mind control. Seriously, you've got to really realise that. If you had somebody that truly loved you, they would they would turn their arsehole inside out to try and help you.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah? And have I done it all your life?
Yeah. Well,
That's
not all my life, but yeah.
No, all our
all our time
relationship
together,
life,
yes.
Yeah? Yes, of course I have.
And
Because
they've
I fucking
seen it
love
as
her.
well. You've seen it.
Because I fucking love her. If I can see Sarah going downhill, the last thing I'm going to do is ignore her, which I've been accused of. I'm not going to ignore her.
It's not like he ignores me. It's just I went within myself and just made it worse. And that's what happens.
And when somebody like myself, who's quite, what's the word? I can see it, basically. I can see what's going on, but it's very fucking painful having to allow it to happen, yeah? Because the thing is, I want to help her, yeah, in these times, yeah? She's not like it all the time, don't take that the wrong way. There's only incidents that are things that she's not really learned in her life how to deal with, okay? Now, if I want to help her and she doesn't want that help, that's painful to me, okay? But I've got to suppress that myself, okay? Now what's happening since this incident the other day, it's fucking fantastic, guys, because I tell you what, Sarah's learning how to deal with it and open up and speak. And if I'm
feeling
a problem,
more aware.
and if I'm a
of it all.
problem, see that? I take it on it. I take it on the chin, yeah? We've walked over 300 miles since we landed here. That is not my fault. That is not her fault. That is what we chose to do to try and make things happen.
But it made me depressed. It ended up making me quite depressed.
Of course it did. But may I add, right?
You never.
Did I try and resolve that by trying to encourage, not mind control, encourage you to get an electric scooter?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But
did
you want it?
No.
No. So what did I do? I accepted it.
Yeah, you have to accept it, really. But
I'm not going to go out there and buy an electric scooter and say, right, ride
it does make me
ride
feel a
because
bit
I'm not-
under pressure, because the fact is that I don't want to go on the road, and
That's right.
I don't want to have to walk all that way. So it's
Now-
causing my own conflict.
So look at that situation as a whole, right? We've got a long journey ahead of us, which means walking, whether we like it or not, or travelling. Yeah, we want to make it out here, and we do determined to. Things are changing, by the way, so don't think nothing's happening. We're both suffering with our achy legs. That's all I could say. Okay.
Well, they're quite painful
So-
hips and achy legs.
So if
you
we
know.
can come up with a solution, then we look into it. If Sarah doesn't want to do it, what am I going to do? I'm not going to push.
No, he doesn't
Sarah
force me to do
felt-
it, but
Sarah felt obliged and a bit pissed off because she didn't want to do it. She felt under pressure, like she just said. I didn't pressurise her.
no.
She just felt under pressure because ultimately she didn't want to ride a scooter because of the dangers of the road on the opposite side of the road, such like, yeah. Ruts in the road, scooters are not that safe. Do you know what I mean? I understand that. I didn't put her under pressure. She felt under pressure because there is a solution that she didn't want to take. That's the pressure, isn't it? Because ultimately it would be like, well, hang on a minute, and I did say this, how many women are out there on scooters? You know, don't feel embarrassed, because I thought it was an embarrassing thing. It wasn't. It was a fear. And I'm not going to push somebody if it's like getting a spider
It
and
is
saying,
still
you
a
will
fear.
look at it. you
It
know?
is still a fear, but
Of course it
I'm
is.
not ready for
Of course it is.
anything like that. Not yet,
So,
anyway.
what did I do? Because we was both going to get one, but I didn't. We
Yeah.
didn't, yeah? So I went out and I've got a bike, okay? So that when I get a job, I can use the bike. Where have we been today? We've been to Morrison's in Gibraltar. It's about 4 or 5 miles, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
there and that, yeah.
Did I make you go? In fact, actually, why did we go in the first place?
Buy some sausages.
Sarah doesn't like the sausages from La Linea. That's fine. So shall we go to Morrison's? Now, hang on a minute. Sarah likes Richmond sausages. You can only get them in Morrison's. So my idea is, let's go over to... And I stopped dead, did I not?
Mm.
And I said, right, do you want me to go on my own and fetch them? Now
'Cause-
come on guys, you
Because you've
want
got a
it.
bike, you could
You're not
have done
going to
it,
have a
but-
24/7 CCTV on our lives. It's not going to happen, okay?
And we go through shit. tough
But if you
times.
only know or knew our lives, yeah, the majority of it is fucking fantastic.
We're having to accept so much, whether we like it or not.
But this
You
is
know.
what changing your life is about. You've got to get rid of garbage to take on new stuff. Okay? Now, if you had any ideas whatsoever what it would be like to move into a different city, for instance, let alone country, with a different language, with challenges ahead, you won't even have the courage to even try it.
No, I
This
think
girl
you
here,
know,
I've never known anybody like her. And she knows that. I've said it before on video. She deserves a fucking medal. Not because she's been bullied into doing what she's doing now, because she wanted to do it.
Aye.
And I'm there, stepping forward and guiding, not bullying, guiding. Now, is there anything there that I've said that's out of
That's
context?
No,
Not at all.
no.
And
You
it's
just
so
have another way of seeing it.
And it's
you
so
know what I
fucking
mean?
frustrating when I'm being called a bully. I'm not a fucking bully. But if I'd had more experience, I've lived in Gibraltar before, 30 years ago, yeah, things have changed. Who cares? It's the experience and the courage to take that next step forward. And I'm sorry, but the title of this video is a bit of a piss take. It really is. Should we admit defeat? Well, I'm sorry guys,
Well,
but
the
there is
answer
no
is
such
not.
thing as defeat.
The answer is not to go back, not to go backwards to try to go forwards.
But there is
'Cause-
no backwards. Where would we go? What would we do? We'd step into a far worse situation than what we're in now.
Mm.
Little do these fucking individuals know it. So what the hell they mean by admit defeat and give up? Give up?
Can't do that.
There's only one thing. If I gave up now, I'd be in a mental hospital because there'd be nothing left in
I
our
know
lives.
full well I know full well if I gave up and go back, I actually think I'd be joining you in the mental hospital.
Yeah. Because we'd still have to start again.
We already was at breaking point then.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh, and let's just add, was that me and you, or was that the situation where we were living in with the individuals causing problems?
All of it. It's all of the situations.
Sometimes in life you have to swallow that pill, and sometimes it can be fucking bitter.
Yeah.
I've had to do it in my life, but look at me. Yeah? Willing to brush myself off, get up, start again. And it's about time this happened there as well.
Instead of keeping it.
That anger that you've got inside of yourselves is burning you away.
Yeah.
Okay? You're focusing it outwards when you should be looking inwards. Yeah? And this is the opportunity that your mum's got now. Okay?
Yeah, you've always said it, point the finger inwards, and to be quite frank, it's exactly that. You do have to look at yourself.
You have to allow all that shit that's been suppressed inside to come out.
Stop being fake.
Yeah.
Stop being fake. I don't like living a lie, and that's kind of what it feels like.
But this beautiful human being that sat at the side of me has got somebody that will walk to the end of the world to help her. And if you don't believe that, grow up. Grow up. Because deep down you fucking know it. You just don't like it. That's the whole point. Alright?
We're strong. We've always been strong.
We have always been strong. That's why we're sat here talking on video now. That's why we're in a different country, dealing with our lives, not hiding away from it, not smoking fucking weed and trying to suppress everything and pretend everything's alright. We've never beaten around the bush. Yes, we do like a joint, and we're going to continue liking a joint, but that's for entertainment and relaxation only, not to hide behind.
No.
Not to hide behind. It is sad that we've had to come on here and do this, but whatever. At the end of the day, we're extremely happy with the decisions that we've made together.
Yeah.
If you believe, well, okay, I will allow you to believe that on occasion I take control.
Yeah.
And I say, well, this is the best foot forward. Yes,
sometimes he has to because I can't.
Yeah, and can I also turn round and say, when I was at the lowest of my low, who took control for me?
Me.
And did I thank you for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I didn't call you a mind-controlling wanker, did I?
No, but
and I tell you what, if anybody did,
off each other,
that I'd need to answer to, because that is uncalled for. That is what a true relationship is. That is what you commit to when you marry somebody. You guys got a lot to learn, I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
So on another score, let's give you an update to what's happening, okay? Everything is fine, and everything will always be fine. When you have a partner, right, and you can honestly turn round, give me a finger, yeah, and know that your life is going to be okay, yeah, everything is fine. Carry on arguing. Have an argument, because sometimes it's essential. It's done me good, it's done you good, hasn't it?
Yeah.
To have a bit of a bitch at each other, because it makes you stop. And I'll tell you why. I wasn't stopping, because we have a challenge to, complete. But since then, do you know what? Everything's coming our way. It's unbelievable, right? I've had a member of the Ministry of Defence contact me from a post that I put on Facebook just looking for work, okay? Now, all those guys that know me, don't worry, I'm not going to become a MI5 or anything like that. This is civil service work, okay? I don't do politics, I don't do bullshit, right? But what I will tell you is I've been offered the chance of civil service work. Now that can be anything from catering, gardening, security work, with the border control, such like, rifle range maintenance. It can be anything, tree planting, the lot. Now I thought about this because I managed to get the application form, which again is not for public viewing because of the nature of who you'll be working with. And I had a look, and I was like, "Phew, fucking hell! It's like a degree. You've got to have an A level to fill this in."
Fill it in.
And then I sat and thought about it, and I thought, right, okay then. If I was to apply for all those individual jobs, right, I would have to do hundreds of CVs, applications, stuff like that. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to fill it in and see what happens. It does not mean I have to do it. I can walk away just like any job, okay? This is not anything to do with fucking Official Secrets Act or anything like that. It's nothing to do with that. It's helping out. It can be refuse collection. It can be helping the bus service, yeah? Now that is a civil duty, that is a civil thing. And how better to get yourself known in a brand new country as small as Gibraltar is, and it's a very close-knit network, yeah? How better to integrate into a small society like that? Now, you wouldn't believe, I wish I had a camera rolling today, and on a few occasions in the past, people are starting to notice us. People know us. Strangers know us, and it's fucking amazing. And they've found us on Facebook, they've watched our posts, and this is how close-knit community it is. We were walking through Morrison's today to the sausages. I had a tap on the shoulder. "Hello mate, how are you doing? Okay, it's John. Zulu Bravo, blah blah blah." It's only an amateur radio guy that I was talking to when I was in the UK, okay? I told him we was moving out here. He knew we was out here, but we've not met. Not yet. Until today. Now, he saw me in Morrison's and he recognised me. What a fucking amazing place this is. He knew straight away who I was. I was gobsmacked. And it was a pleasure to meet you, John, if you're watching this video. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you. And that was brilliant because he's offered to lend me a radio so that we have communication here, you know, because the communication is up on the rock and blah, blah, blah. So we can talk to people, English speaking and that. Cracking guy, real nice, friendly guy, wasn't he, yeah?
Yeah, it was fine.
Now that's what it's like out here, okay? Was it 1,500 miles away from home and somebody recognises you? What the fuck? That's a hard thing to fucking understand and
Yeah,
get used to.
it's only like that
The lady at the pub.
yeah, the lady at the pub.
The owner.
The first time that we ever spoke to her,
First time.
she'd already seen
Me.
your post, didn't she?
Yeah.
So she says, yeah, I know you.
She looked straight at me. She says, "I know you from Facebook," and we'd never met this woman. Yeah. Now we was going past the Angry Friar the other day, weren't we? And she called us over.
Well, she didn't. I went over.
Well, we was going over, but she was like, "Yeah, come on." She didn't know we was going to see her.
Yeah.
And basically, she says, "I read your other post the other night, and I fully agree with it. It was something to do with work and
Yeah, something to do
application
with
forms or something."
Trying to get one. Yeah.
She's not on my friends list. She's not on my friends list, but she's absolutely following us to a T, and she wants to be friends. She wants to know what we're doing.
Yeah, she's a really nice lady.
That's what the community's like round here, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah?
nice to be recognised, I suppose, in the.
So, on another
really made
score, I
loads
can
of
give you a
friends.
couple of updates. At the moment, no, I'm not working. Sarah's not working.
I'm not.
That
I've
does-
actually took a little bit of a back seat for now.
Yeah. That's her choice. That's not me telling her, but I fully agree with what she's saying. She needs a break. Simple as that, because she's got issues that have been brought ahead because of what happened, you know, and she's got time to
things that
heal.
have been happening from years. So, yeah.
Right, I've had people contacting me, the MOD. I've had an interior designer contact me to see if I want some work. It's putting flat pack furniture together and general DIY, getting flats ready for people moving in, stuff like that. Absolutely perfect for what I'm looking for. I'm off to see them on Monday afternoon. What else is there? A laundrette job. Somebody contacted me on Facebook. In fact, they rung me through WhatsApp, or the other way around, I can't remember. But we contacted each other. They contacted me first, asking if I'd found any work. Now, this is what's happening. because I put a post on Facebook, people are remembering me, okay? They remember the struggle that we're looking for work and stuff like that. And if they see something, they think, right, where is that lad? And they'll look through and they're contacting me through Facebook. Now, it's working, yeah? I got another one. Now then, did I find this or somebody told me about it? It was basically a cleaner caretaker at a local secondary school. I went straight in and I took a CV. In fact, no, I got an application pack. Filled it in, took it straight in. And they were really surprised that I was so keen. Now, that is a reputation that I'm not going to blow, okay? That is a reputation that once you've got out here, you won't get rid of. People love it. People love it. We don't want to set up a bad reputation out here. At the end of the day, we're honest. We're telling them what hours we want. We're telling them that we're not looking for hundreds of hours, because it'd be easy to look for that.
Yeah,
but we've already been through that. We explained all this, you know, with Sarah's bar job. And you know what? All these nice people that are helping us agreed fully. They agreed fully. They said, you don't want that sort of work, because that is slave labour, basically. And it's not just us, it's everybody that does it has the same opinion.
It's just the bigger
which makes
company,
us feel
it's just
a lot
the bigger,
better.
the ones that higher up are the ones that are deciding, you know,
So
the
that,
hours.
that makes us feel a lot better, doesn't it? But yeah, if we decide to take a break, it's our choice. You know, we even got slated for not answering these individuals immediately when they said, "How are you?" Well, hang on a minute. We was having a night off. We had an early night, didn't we?
We were so tired.
We was exhausted.
Exhausted after.
And yet the funny thing is, I replied the next morning as soon as I woke, only to be faced with this torrent of abuse.
And that was an added
Yeah.
problem. You know what I mean?
You was online at 2 a.m. Well, I'll tell you now, I was not online. I was in the land of Nod.
Yeah.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Head up their asses, don't know the truth, created these problems behind our back and exploded in our faces. Unnecessary, uncalled for. It's not happening again. It's not happening again. It won't to me anyway, because I've blocked them. I'm not having it. We've got enough on our plates creating our new life, okay? We're not having this. We've had it for years. Absolute ridiculous situation to have to come on and explain ourselves, okay? But we're going to do it because we've got nothing to hide. We're not ashamed of anything. We're not embarrassed about anything. We're human beings trying to make a new life. And I'll tell you something else. There's a lot more people out there that wish they had the courage that they could do it as well. How do I know that? Because they've told me. They've told me, yeah?
Well, they've told us.
They've told us, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And I tell you what, if we are any form of, you know, information to help them get what they want out of life, we don't tell them what to do, but if we are an inspiration, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because we want to be. Because let's face it, life fucking sucks. Life sucks for everybody, not just us, not just you guys. It sucks for everybody and for anybody, and especially a woman, yeah? And that's not me being sexist. It takes balls. It really does. It takes fucking courage to do stuff like this. And this woman's done it more than once. Now it's for real. Now it's for real, because we have the opportunity with no ties whatsoever, apart from our own marriage, to do what it takes.
That didn't need to include need to divide us all. That did not need to do that at all.
No, of course it didn't.
It's just accepting, isn't it? It's
of course
just the
it
acceptance.
Didn't.
That's not.
I tell you what, there's a lot of people out there that we sort of have our opinions on, which is human nature. We don't agree with this, we don't agree with that, but not once you'll find us saying, you know, slating you and stuff like that. Opinions are opinions, and you're fucking damn right, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But to cause abuse like that,
I don't know. No,
it's not happening. Absolutely out of order. So guys, yes, things are happening out here. We're getting a very good reputation for ourselves. The jobs that we applied for are not over just because we didn't get them. We've had that confirmed today. We went into William Hill, didn't we?
Yeah, we did actually.
Because even though it's not the ideal job, it sounds like an easy job. we've had that confirmed by somebody who did work for another betting company, yeah. But it's good money and it's easy work, okay? So if that's what we have to do to tide ourselves over, then fine, no problem, okay? Now we went in, I got turned down for
so did I. So
a junior IT systems analyst. Basically, it's customer service. You're helping people who have problems accessing certain areas of the website, stuff like that. And it's an easy job. Now, they said that they weren't going to go forward with the job. Now, immediately I thought, why? I've got IT, we both have. We've got both run a computer shop, but we've been turned down. Oh, okay. Well, my intuition, and Sarah's here, she'll tell you that this is what happened today. We was walking past William Hill, and I said, I'm getting this magnetic feeling to go in there and try and find out what happened, because I says it's not sitting right with me. We turned round, didn't we?
we did.
We spun round on our heels and we walked back and went in. And we spoke to the reception ladies and they were gobsmacked. She says, try again. She says, don't take that personal. She says, they have a lot of people applying, but they don't do it there. They do it in London. They don't even know you. She says, have you got any form of experience whatsoever, even though you don't need it? Have you got any IT experience? I says, we owned our own computer shop. She says, that's perfect. I said, so why didn't we get the job? She says, they'll have filled the vacancies with other people, that's all. Try again. Keep putting it in, keep putting it in. She says, I'll guarantee eventually, if you keep putting it in, you'll get the job. Now that was an enlightening moment for me. It was a weight off my shoulder, thinking that William Hill just didn't want us. That was an entry-level job. She says, no, not at all.
Well, I got to admit, when you go on to places like Lidl or Aldi or Primark, when you're doing some of theirs, you have to wait a year.
Yeah.
You have to wait a year to try again.
Yeah. She said, no, go home and do it again. Try again. She says, because it always, and the thing is, because it's done in London, they're taking applicants anywhere around the world. So she says, because it's Gibraltar, you'll have to wait, because we tell them when we want workers, and then you'll get your opportunity come up. So she says, try again. And when they reject it, if they reject it again, try again. Put your application in again. This is the challenge we're facing. Yeah? We're not giving up. There is no such thing as giving up.
We're not giving up.
When people start giving up, the only reason they'll do it, there's two reasons why they'll do it. One, because they're fucking stupid, or the other reason is because they've got a safety net. And that is not part of our remit, okay? We don't want a safety net. If you feel you have to rely on somebody else, your safety net, you're not moving on. You're not progressing in life. Face the fucking challenges. Face the challenges in order to move forward. Stop fucking pulling the blinkers over your eyes, because that's why you're not moving forward. Is it not? Is it painful to move forward, Sarah?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. We told you would get the truth. But would we change it for the world?
No.
No, we wouldn't, because we know this is what's essential.
And this is
we know
what we
this
wanted as well.
This is what we have to go through to get what we wanted. What we wanted. You guys will get there one day, I know you will.
Yeah.
I never had this sort of advice, yeah? I never received any of this. I had to work this fucker out myself, yeah? But I tell you what, it's turned me into a really, really good person with the courage of a lion, yeah? And I'll take on challenges. You can call it what you like.
And over the years, I've picked it up to learn it.
Picked it up or been bullied into doing it?
No, you haven't bullied me. They're the things that I know are important that need to be changed for me. So I will change it to it
at your own pace,
in my own time when I'm ready. It's not manipulating. It's not changing someone's.
It's almost like a teacher.
Perspective. It's actually looking at it in a different light, in a different way.
That'd almost be like us turning round and saying these guys are bullying us to talk Spanish in order to get anywhere over here. No, they're not.
No.
We want to talk Spanish.
Well.
We want to talk Spanish to get by.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what.
Why not?
The basics.
We live in their country. Anybody that's thinking of doing it, guys.
It's not easy.
Like and subscribe. No.
Yeah, like and
Follow
subscribe.
us.
Follow us, yeah.
You'll get it as it is. You'll get it as it is. There is pain and there is joy. Yeah. But that's what life's all about anyway. Pain and joy. You will only ever get in life what you make of it. Am I right? Yeah? We're here trying to help. But at the same score, not at the level that we were before we moved away.
No.
We're helping ourselves now. We're changing our own lives, yeah? These individuals wanted their own lives and they got their own lives. Sometimes you've got to be careful for what you're wanting. But that's what your journey is. Our journey is this now. Like it or lump it, this is our journey. We're loving it, believe it or not. Don't ever think that we're all happy all the time. No, we're not. Of course we effing blind. Of course we get frustrated. Well, don't take that out of context. That's ridiculous and immature.
It's about talking.
Of course it's about
You've got
talking.
to talk. You've got to understand each other. And if you can both come to some mutual agreement, then...
Compromise.
Well, compromise, yeah. Compromise.
I think one thing
But
that
I
would-
still get stuck in depression mode sometimes.
One of the biggest steps forward in learning about life in general and moving on is learning what words mean. Manipulation. Yeah? Teach yourself what that and learn what that word means, yeah?
And there's things
And
like...
to be fair, look at your own lives.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to mention the words because there's,
No,
there's
we don't
quite a
have
few,
to.
because people define the words and define it to their own way of thinking.
Yep.
You know, that does drive
The
us a
words
bit
what
mental.
you're using, learn what they mean. Learn what they mean. You can manipulate a loaf of bread to make it rise better, yeah? That's a good way. So like I say, just be careful of the words that you're using, because it does really make you look a bit of a fool when you find out that it's not what you really mean.
Oh, it can
We're
mean a few.
learning.
It can mean a few things.
We're learning all the time as we move along. And that's why sometimes I'm a bit slow in actually, Sarah will ask me a question and I'm a bit slow, replying, because I want to do it properly. I want to define the exact words and the exact response that I want to give. And I'm to blame. Sometimes I say the wrong words. We all say the wrong words and we have to stop and say, no, hang on a minute, that's not quite what I mean. Yeah? The way you guys have blurted all this shit out is horrendous. It really is.
We
Because
just
half
have
of it is
We see it on different perspectives.
nonsensical.
We see it. I think I'm talking from experience. I'm not saying it's happening now, but I'm talking from experience that I see it as. I forgot what you said now, so now I'm going to be a bit buggered.
Well, you're all right. I was just looking at the time. We've done 52 minutes.
Yeah.
Learn about what words mean. Yeah.
Oh bloody hell. Yeah. So I used to spend my time like learning what words mean, but I used to interpret it a totally different way. And because my mind was always suppressing so much emotion, so much feeling, so many thoughts, I couldn't even think straight. So, having somebody that will explain it.
There's nothing worse than not being able to think straight, because that causes major
And
frustration.
it does, because you don't want to burden the other person with all your problems, or
and
your
that's the
feelings.
reason you weren't talking to me.
Yeah, and we've spent so long doing it that.
It becomes natural sometimes,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been good since that. Well, no, it's been good anyway. It's just, we always managed to work things out with, or else we wouldn't be here now.
That's right. You once wanted to come away.
No, I wouldn't have
would you?
wanted it,
So there you go, guys. We're happy as Larry. See that heart? Still as strong, if not stronger, because of what you've done. Okay? Am I right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to come onto video, and we hope we don't have to do it again and do this, yeah? But hey ho. There's an update for those that don't know what was going on or anything. There's a bit of an update
Well, you
in
don't
there
really,
as well.
you still don't really know what's going on, but at the end of the day, those individuals will know.
Well, for all the other viewers, I mean, they know that things are starting to work out. There's laundry work. I didn't finish that bit actually. There's a bit of laundry work that I'm waiting to hear back from to see if they can give me some hours to suit, so to speak. He's got my telephone number, so yeah. Steps are being taken. I've been talking to people that it took them 6 months to get settled out here. We've been out here coming up to 7 weeks now. We're extremely grateful for everything that's happened. 7 or 8 weeks. We're extremely grateful for everything that's happened out here, and I mean everything. Even the pain, because it's part of the journey. You guys trying not to get any of this pain out like that don't know what a journey even is. I don't know. Long way to go yet.
Yeah.
But regarding the title of this video, you can forget it, because we ain't quitting. There is no quitting. There is no admitting defeat.
No.
That is just not part of the equation. There is no defeat. Defeat is when you're playing a game and you want to quit because you've had enough of it. This is life. We came out here to change our lives, and that's exactly what we're doing, and we're succeeding. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. But it's going to continue, and we're going to enjoy doing it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Working towards that?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
We don't beat around the bush. It can be painful, and it has been painful, but it's part of the journey. Accept it, because that's the only way you're going to get over it, guys. Right, we're going to love you and leave you. We're going to maybe look at cooking some sausages.
Yeah.
And Yorkie puds. You've got some Yorkie puds, yeah?
Oh my God, we've got some Yorkshire puddings, and we've got gravy, and I've got some potatoes.
No, we didn't get onions, did we?
No, but I'm going to do the potatoes because they need to go on early. So
no onions?
No.
My life has ended.
No, well.
Might as well quit.
See you later, guys.
See you later.
Hasta luego.
Bye-bye for now. Love you.